Hi, before I get started with this video, I want to touch on a few things really quick, like how my door's about to knock over my light, and that's kind of scaring me. First of all, I want to say if you're new to this channel, which a lot of people are, I need you to know that I like to bring a lot of my personal life to the channel. I've enjoyed doing that. I used to do a lot of vlogs, and I used to do a lot of just talking to the camera, and something that I talked about a few times was my depression. Now lately I've done a lot of video game content, which is great, and that's never gonna stop. I'm really enjoying that right now. But I wanted to take just one video out of this week to touch on depression for one reason really, and that's that over the last 3 or 4 months since I talked about it last, I have discovered so many ways to help me deal with my depression and to help keep moving forward and to be happier in general. And I realized that all the videos in the past that I talked about my depression, it was more just talking about the fact that I had it. Letting people know that they're not alone, letting people know that I'm not alone, that none of us are alone in this, that there are so many people out there that deal with depression, and just telling my story on how it kind of developed and how I've been dealing with it. But I haven't actually talked about any sort of like remedies or anything that can actually help or move forward and progress. And this is what this video, I really want this video to be about, is me telling you things that I've discovered that really help if you're dealing with it too. And I've had so many people message me about that initial video and say, hey, I loved that video. I'm so glad to see you be so forward about it. It's inspiring. You know, I don't even like video games, but I'm subscribed to you now. And that's amazing. But I wanted to give those people something extra and to get stuff off my chest, but really just to help as many people that look up to me now in a way because I was so forward about it, which so many of us should be. I want to give you guys that deal with this some clarity, I guess, so like ways that you can move forward. So that's what this video is going to be about. Before I get started, there's a couple of things I want to cover. That's that I have a Discord chat where I have a chat room all about depression advice and support. It's not a negative space. I mean, people come in there with their problems and with things they need help with their questions, and I do my best to answer or just talk, just be someone there to listen and let these people know, let you guys know that no one is alone in any of this. So if you want to join just my Discord chat in general, where there's a lot more, you know, fun stuff happening over there, there's that, but there's also this room where you can come and talk and meet some people that deal with maybe similar things that you deal with. For those of you that are dealing with some really serious stuff, I'll leave links in the description below for places that you can go and you can seek help. I feel like that's just necessary because, you know, no matter where you live in the world, there are places that you can find help, and that'll all be in the description below. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I want this video to be kind of more upbeat, or as upbeat as it can than the previous ones. I ain't gonna sit here and cry in this one. I ain't feeling freaking shitty, so I turned the camera on to talk about it. I'm actually feeling pretty good, and that's why I wanted to make this video and talk to you guys about, oh God, this is gonna be uncomfortable. Talk to you guys about some of the things that I've discovered that really help with depression. And I have my little list here, and I'm going to go through them maybe in a sporadic order. This is going to be as good as I can make it, guys. I'm not very informative. I can do video games. I'm less good at this. There's an amazing YouTube channel I subscribe to called Eric Berg. It's a guy that talks about a lot of different things, diets, etc., but he talks about depression a lot, and his videos have really been helping me. My friend Billy actually introduced me to his videos, and honestly, he's great. He does really great work. And in one video in particular is something I'm going to paraphrase in this video, but I recommend you watching it. And that's that there's a couple of things that go into depression or being depressed that so many people don't realize, or don't even realize how much of a big role it plays. And the first one is sleep. You need to make sure you're sleeping enough. You can honestly have days where you just want to die, that you feel freaking terrible, that you hate everything and you don't care. And you honestly can be feeling like that just because you haven't got enough sleep. Sleep is so important.
I always like to find out about the person's sleep. If the person's sleep is a problem, we're going to go after that, and that usually can bring them up. I have yet to find a person who is fully energetic, tons of energy, and depressed at the same time. So you have appropriate depression, like you lost something or you lost a loved one, and then you have inappropriate depression where there's no reason to be depressed, and then you're depressed. So of course, that's what we're talking about right here.
For keeping everything in your brain balanced and feeling happy and feeling just not depressed. You can actually, although there's a lot of people that he talked about in the video, there's a lot of people that experience depression on a regular basis that that think they have depression, and I'm not saying this goes for everyone, but there are people that believe they have depression, that as soon as they fix their sleep schedule, it completely goes away. And it's almost a cure for depression. The thing is, it's not actually like deep-rooted depression. It's something that stems from not having enough sleep that just makes you feel depressed. But that is a way that you can actually fix and cure depression if that's what's happening to you, if you're not getting enough sleep. So I recommend watching that video because he talks more about that. Again, links in the description below. Please check that out. And the next thing is diet. Diet plays a huge leading factor in how depressed you might be. If you eat a ton of junk food, that might actually be why you're depressed. And again, this is something that he talks about in the video, and I mean talks about like B2 and B1, like vitamins and like thyroid hormones and like all this stuff that can be affected by diet. And it's stuff that I can't even attempt to paraphrase because it goes so deep, and it will surprise you how much not eating right can really affect you. And even there can be some cases where you are just lacking in something in your body that you could try eating 16 bananas to try and get it back and still not be at that point, because everyone's different. Some people lack iron, some people lack B2, you know, whatever it is that you're lacking, that could be causing your depression. And eating junk food might not be helping, but even if you start eating right, it might not even be all the way there what you need. So you might need to get on some kind of natural supplements.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the diet. Does the person eat a lot of junk foods? Of course, if you try to fix depression on top of a junk food junkie and they're eating all this junk, it's not going to work. So we want to evaluate. Are they eating, donuts and Twinkies and all this other stuff? I want to correct the eating plan.
Now, I personally don't like antidepressants or drugs. I mean, that's not an area I have any expertise in because I have always tried to stay away from it. And I believe that you should really try natural stuff first. You really should. And if you're on antidepressants and you feel like they're not helping, try weaning off them or going off them and trying some natural remedies, trying these pills that are made from natural sources that fill your body with these vitamins or just minerals or whatever it is that you need. I have mine in the other room. I'll take some shots of them because I can't be bothered getting up and getting them. But I have GABA and magnesium pills in my room right now, which honestly both help me sleep, help me calm down. When I'm stressed, when I'm anxious, I take a couple and I honestly really help, and it's all natural. And it feels great too. You feel better in yourself when you're doing this naturally, when you know that you're taking stuff that is just a matter of your body lacking these things, these natural, like normal things that you need, that's just making your brain chemically imbalanced, and you're just putting that natural stuff back in your body and you feel better. That in itself makes you feel better again because you're actively doing something, you're actively trying to make yourself feel better, and doing something is the biggest thing. Like there are days where I know those pills will help and I'll still lie in bed feeling like shit for an hour before I get up and take them because I don't care. It's so hard to get up and actually make these strides towards fixing yourself, but if you can keep doing it and keep it up, you feel better. You feel generally better every day. So diet plays a huge factor. Seriously, cut out junk food if you can. I really recommend it because, again, you could literally just be feeling depressed because of your diet. I'm not even kidding. And if you're not eating right and not sleeping right, you could just be depressed and wake up every day hoping to feel better and not, because you're just putting it back in your body. And I know it's hard because you will feel depressed, so you'll want to eat this stuff. Your body will tell you you're sad, you want to eat something bad. So you eat it, and it's just your body feeding its own negativity, and you need to try and break that cycle. You need to try and cut out pop and drink water. You need to try and eat vegetables rather than Big Macs. It really does help, and get some sleep. I mean, obviously, a lot of things when it comes to serious depression, chronic depression, crippling depression, changing your diet and eating right, it maybe might help you have a couple of good days, but it might not help you overall. And I mean, that's really the case where you need to seek help. And sometimes you just need to seek help. You need to talk to the people around you. I mean, I had so many people reach out to me when I made that last video telling me, I don't know what to do about my living situation. My parents are abusive, or they'll tell me these like terrible situations that are currently happening to them, or they have happened to them and they haven't told anyone about it. My recommendation, and I know it's hard, is to talk to these people, especially if it's not the people that are doing it or the people that are involved that are making you this way, But if it's, say, your brother or your sister that's upsetting you, or it's your father or your stepfather that's upsetting you, or your stepmother, go to the person that you trust, whoever it is in the family that you trust, a grandmother, a grandfather, the stepmom, mom, stepdad, dad, brother, sister, whatever it is, the person that you trust, that positive person in your life, and talk to them about it. And it might be really hard, but it will help. It really will help. You just don't suffer on your own. And if there isn't anyone like that, or you just don't feel comfortable, whatever the situation is, maybe you can't seek help at school, a teacher or a counselor or a friend. Just get someone on your side, someone that knows what's happening. And even if it's really hard to confide in that person, you need someone that is experiencing, that knows what you're going through. You just need you need to know that someone else knows what you're going through. Maybe you can come up with some kind of plan together, or maybe it's just the fact that they know it'll help. And here's the other thing too. One of the biggest things I hear, not only from people that I meet, people that message me, it's a lot of abuse from a lot of different ways. And I need you guys to know that that is so unfortunately common. You are definitely not alone. I know more people that, this is going to get real right here. I'm trying to not get too real because I know a lot of kids do watch the show. I mean, not everyone does relate to this, but if you're this far in, you're this far in, right? I swear, out of my friends, out of people that I've met in day-to-day life, that I've made connections with, or I've had deep and meaningful contacts with, I'm not kidding you, more people that I meet this way or I know this way are victims of sexual or physical abuse, either in their past or currently. It is so crazily, unfortunately common, and you're definitely not alone. You're just 1,000% not alone. And I'm not going to go into my story because this is supposed to be something that is more lighthearted and more of a help than it is a sad my story, because I've told my story enough times. But there's stuff that I do keep secret, and you are talking to someone that has suffered both those styles of abuses and other kinds of abuse in their life at points. It's everyone. It seems to be fucking everyone, and it sucks, but it just means I'm telling you this because you're not alone. You really aren't. So tell someone. Maybe they've been through it too, but even if they haven't, don't feel stupid for it. Don't feel like any of it's your fault, because it's fucking not. And confiding in someone, no matter who it is, will really help. And there's always someone you can talk to, even if it's me, or even if it's people in this chat, in the Discord chat. There's always somewhere. So talking to people, eating right, sleeping right. What else can we do here? Now, for me, here, let's talk about my personal, what I do. What helps me? I burn candles. I have a candle at my desk here, and whenever I get stressed out, I take my pills, and when I'm sat in here editing, I burn a candle. Or sometimes I just burn a candle in general. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the light flickering, if it's a change of scent in the room. Whatever it is, it's therapeutic for me personally. And I mean, that might not work for you, but it's the kind of thing where find things that work for you. This kinetic sand, I actually haven't used it in a little while now because I'm doing a lot better, and this is when I get really stressed out and I need to fidget. Also, I know people think they're dumb, but I also have a fidget spinner on my desk. And I know people don't understand this or these in general, but not only is it just good to fidget with, but it does help with anxiety and stress because it keeps you just doing something. It keeps your hands busy. It's just something therapeutic. This kinetic sand, look it up online. It's like 15, 20 bucks. Put it in a little bowl on your desk and play with it. It's really therapeutic. It's like magnetic and it blends together, and I've just spilt it everywhere. Clean living space. My desk is a little messy right now because I'm trying to edit like 10 videos before I leave. But living in a clean living space, for me at least, is therapeutic because I believe in feng shui, where if something is like a couch isn't pointing the right direction, it will throw me off in a room. I have a little bit of OCD with that too, but when stuff is messy, my life feels messy. When my bed isn't made, when I go to bed, it's not as nice as getting into a bed that's made. So try and keep your space clean and see if that helps you. You know, a cluttered home is a cluttered mind. I think there's probably an expression somewhere in that I've heard before. But seriously, try and keep things clean. Keep things smelling nice. Keep the air fresh. Keep the ground walkable on. Don't live in a trash heap. And it might actually help you. Plus, keeping things clean, moving around and actively cleaning your house in a day where you don't feel like doing much else, that can help you. It helps you feel like you're doing something. Working out. Whether you go to the gym like I do, which is honestly, when I feel really stressed and really down, and I'm literally at the point where I don't want to leave bed, and I somehow find the energy to get up and go to the gym, half an hour into my workout, less, I feel amazing. Just because I'm doing something. It can literally take me from not caring about life to I'm having a decent day. And sometimes it can take me from here all the way up to here. Because it's my thing and I love it. And when you get into a routine and you start seeing your body change, that's really where it gets great. Because every time you go to the gym at that point, you know that you're making progress on something. You're benefiting yourself and benefiting your life. And it feels like you're kicking ass in something. Something I really like is every time you work out, you're getting stronger and better than someone else. I know it's one of them stupid gym expressions, but that really does help me when I'm in the gym because I am there doing something and I'm getting stronger, I'm getting fitter, and I'm getting better than thousands of other people on the world. And it's not a competition, but it makes you feel like you are getting better in some way, and it's just therapeutic. And working out does release endorphins in your body too, which makes you feel good and makes you feel better. You combine that with a healthy diet and it can make you feel really good. But even not going to the gym, get up, go for a walk, go for a run, work out at home, do some jumping jacks, do some sit-ups, do some squats. Just get up and get moving, get the blood flowing, try not to stay in bed. Expel energy, use energy. It will create more energy inside you. Moving around will activate your body and you'll feel like you have more energy. And just the feeling of having no energy to having energy will make you feel more alive, make you feel more present. And try not to try to stay away from caffeine. I drink a lot of coffee because I'm an idiot and I really should cut it out. That's one of my vices that I can't manage to stop. But if you stay away from caffeine, if you stay away from coffee and energy drinks, and you just try and sleep enough rather than stimulate your body and actually try and just sleep enough so you don't need that stuff, you will feel a lot better and a lot less anxious. Breathing is great. Meditating is great. I haven't meditated for I think about doing it. I've never sat down on the ground, crossed my legs and tried meditating, but I've heard it's amazing and I have a lot of friends that do it and say it's amazing. For me, going to the gym, putting my headphones in, or even just not, but blanking out and just the only thing on my mind is what I'm working on my body or what it is I'm doing next at the gym. I'm not thinking about YouTube. I'm not thinking about whoever pissed me off that day, or I'll go for a walk or a run, especially a run. When you go on a run, you just think about running. You just look around you and you just think about running. That's my therapy. That's my meditation. But honestly, if you don't like working out or anything like that, sit down on the ground and just don't do anything. Just think about nothing. Try and turn your brain off in the morning or at night before you go to bed, and I guarantee you it will help. And breathe. Slowly breathe. So many times when I realize that when I'm anxious and when I feel depressed, I'll stop and I'll breathe, and I'll suddenly realize how fast I was breathing without realizing it. So just try and correct your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out slowly. It's stupid. I know it sounds stupid, and these things that you hear all the time, but none of us do it. And I know none of us do. Actually try it. It helps. The last thing I put on my list was meet people, and that's one of the hardest ones, especially when you're out of high school or when you're socially awkward. All I can recommend is there's an app called Meetup that you can use, or just go online on Craigslist or whatever. But apps like Meetup, you can search things that you're interested in and you can find people that are doing meetups. And you can I found a boxing meetup that I go to and I've met people through there. You just find things that you have interest in. You find card games, people that are playing card games or board games or video game nights. There's people who host all these different things, camping, whatever it is that you're involved in. And sure, it might feel awkward if you have no one. You can try taking a friend. I took a friend boxing with me and we had a lot of fun together. But if you can't find a friend to take with, I know it's hard. I freaked out before going to the boxing because I didn't want to look stupid. But there are so many people that go to these things that are thinking the same thing, that feel like they're going to look stupid because they haven't done it before. And those people can become good friends. You never know. Go a few times, learn a few names, meet a few people. That's a great way to meet people. Meeting people online is obviously fantastic. There's dating sites that are just for finding friends. There are ways that you can do it, and I know it's kind of awkward at the start, but meeting new people and learning about new people and sharing experiences, it's a great way to feel like, you know, you build connections and build a support network through friends. I have a support network that I don't know what I'd do without them. And honestly, like, again, I don't want to talk about my shitty stuff too much, but two nights ago now, which is probably a little while ago before you watch this, but by the time you watch this video, I had a massive mental anxiety breakdown. And, you know, through all this stuff, which helps me in day-to-day life, and honestly, I'm doing better, and I feel like I have control over it in a way that I've never had control over it before. You still have days. It never completely goes away. You can just deal with it. And I had a huge breakdown, and Billy was there for me and did something amazing for me, and just had my back, really. And like, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have people like that. So build friendship networks. Like Sean Long is another one that I talk to whenever I feel down. There are group chats that I'm in that I can talk to. Now I have this Discord chat where I can talk to like you guys or whoever it is in there. Find places and people that you trust that you can talk to, and that helps so much, building support groups. Once again, I'm going to leave links in the description below to videos that you should check out, but do Googling for yourself, find channels for yourself that help you. Watch the videos I linked. Diet's such a big one, sleeping's such a big one, but really it's just being proactive. You need to try stuff. Even trying stuff will make you feel better. And sure, it might not work at the start. You might try eating better and it won't work, or you might try sleeping for a while and it won't work. I mean, give it an honest few weeks for your body to reset and get used to what you're doing. It might be a shock at the start, and you're not going to wake up happy the next day. But the fact that you're trying something, I can guarantee you, will make you feel better and make you feel like you're accomplishing things. And I mean, I would love to help as many people as I can personally. I'd love to say message me and I'll help you. But especially with all the messages I already get from people looking for help through my other videos, and like people that message me every day just about the channel or video games in general, there are so many things I get lost, and I would hate to put myself out there as someone that's willing to help and then not reply, which has happened before, and I feel terrible. So please try and find people of your own that will be there for you every day, like I can't be. Try and find support groups, people that can help. End of the day, you can't find anyone, you can always message me, and I will always try my best to get back to you. This chat's a great way to do it, because not only will I reply, but other people will reply in here too, which is fantastic. I love that I have that. But please just actively try and be better and do better, and find the things that help you, and share the things that help you below. Things that are therapeutic to you, because there are so many things out there that might be therapeutic to people. Music. I downloaded Spotify, and I pay for Spotify, and I hate paying for things, but that way I have music at my fingertips, whatever the genre, whatever it is that I need when I feel like I need it. Techno, freaking easy listening, country, whatever it is that I'm in the mood for, music is so therapeutic. So that's something else that I didn't think about until now. So let me know what you guys have below that help you, because it might help someone else. Share your stories below. I wanted to make this video to help and put some answers out there, hopefully. I hope this video helps someone. Even if it helps one person, it helps. But something that I really want to stress, just as the last message here, is that none of us are alone, and that's the biggest thing. No one is alone. Whatever it is you're feeling, whether it's happy, sad, miserable, terrible, okay, average, there's millions of other people feeling that way for very, very similar reasons to you. So let's reach out and connect and find each other, whether it's me and you, or you and you and you and you. None of us are alone, and in the words of a great man, you're not stupid. Like, none of us are stupid for feeling the way that we feel, or experiencing the emotions that we feel, or for going through the things that we go through. None of us are stupid. None of us are alone. Just, let's come together and be better and do better, and let's talk about video games next time. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.